Hello, I'm Robbie Fowler and you're watching Redmen TV.
Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV, and even the Liverpool get a hard fought victory over Aston Villa at Villa Park. In a noise. Fuck me. Let's start straight away with some of your comments. David Kinder says simply, clean shorts, please. Yeah, please. At least some clean bills would do me nicely. Fuck me. I was asked at half time, but I was watching the Dovedale Towers, as we do, where we film. My uncle, what I thought the second half was going to be, and I said, well, if we get the second, then I could see it being 3 or 4. If we don't, I could see it being quite a nervy affair. And yeah, that's pretty much exactly what it was. Yeah, we don't like to make it easy for ourselves, do we? Have we ever? I mean, I suppose there's Liverpool fans from the 60s and 70s and early 80s who'd be like, no, Liverpool always made it easy on us. Yeah, well, fucking lucky yous. For our generation and younger, no, we've never made it easy. So how many times have we seen those games where they like to have us on the edge of the seat, and they clearly, Liverpool don't like us to have any fingernails left, and that was definitely, today was one of those games. But ultimately, you know, we came out with the win, so whilst we do have to go home, and well, if anyone's staying for the night, they probably either ditching their undies or turning them inside out, but then that's only going to end up with shit stains in the inside of the car. You have to deal with it, not me. Anyway, let's move on. Yeah, James Owens says, first half we didn't create enough chances, and second half was woeful. Lucky to get 3 points. Everybody looked tired about 80 minutes in and stopped closing down. There's a few points there, let's work through them. First half we didn't create enough chances. Bing, fully agree. Sturridge moment of absolute magic is what basically gets us the breakthrough. It's not like we'd carved out chance after chance after chance, which is sort of weird because against Stoke we did carve out a good number of chances. Begovic was amazing, so at least it's not one of those games where we're talking about how Brad Guzan having an absolute worldie. So there's that, isn't there? Yeah, we didn't create enough chances, but we took the one we got. So in a really sort of perverse way, is that preferable to creating loads of chances and not taking them, to take one chance? Because that actually is a great sign of, like, well, maybe not, cutting edge is not the exact thing, but we weren't wasteful in front goal, you know what I mean, which makes a nice change from the Liverpool we've seen over recent years. Second half was woeful. Yeah, I think that's been a little disrespectful to Aston Villa, if I'm being honest. I get what you mean. From a purely Liverpool perspective, that was hard watching. But they really upped the game, they really upped the tempo. But I really liked it. Maybe we did it a little bit too early. Maybe we should have come out with a bit of a higher tempo in the second half and got 15, 20 minutes. But then I think they were always going to come out and try and cause us problems. You know, they'd seen that maybe we didn't have loads to offer. We weren't putting loads of sort of goal threats in, so maybe they thought, well, let's have a go, and fair play to them. I thought Aston Villa did very well. The Aston Villa side that everyone's been raving about so far this season, we didn't see them in the first half. We did in the second, and I think there's no disrespect. You can't disrespect Aston Villa by saying that was all us being shit or whatever. So, you know, fair play to them. Everyone looked tired about 80 minutes in, start closing down. Yeah, they did. I think this is the problem. I looked at our subs bench, and when you're looking at like Luis Alberto, Sterling, and Barini as your options there, you're not really thinking any one of them is going to come on and turn a game for you. I think Sterling's got loads of promise. Luis Alberto similarly, and I've got loads of time for Barini. He was excellent against the Lancs for the under-21s in the week. So, you know, fair play. He deserves his place on the bench certainly. But that's where, you know, you don't want to take Daniel Sturridge off there because we don't have anything like him to replace him. He's the best quality forward we've got at the club, in the absence of Luis Suarez. So I think that's, you know, we maybe couldn't replace the senior players that we needed to replace. And is that because we need to do more work in the transfer market? Probably, yeah. But again, a game like that, you just want to get through the early part of the season. Let's worry about the legs later on. Let's just get through, and that's exactly what we did, so fair play. Okay, Luke Blakely says, Toure was unreal. I have to imagine how he said it in his head when he typed that in anyway. I couldn't have found a better replacement for Carragher. Also, good call on the 1-0 twice in a row. Yes. That's the only reason we put that camera there. Toure was, he's a beast. There was a couple of moments where I tweeted at the time, do us a favour, stop jumping on the top of people inside the box. On another day, he could have given away 2 penalties there, so a little bit of over-exuberance, which, to be honest, from a 32-year-old centre-half who's apparently past it, according to the Arsenal fans and Man City fans. No, great to say. I thought he was very, very good. The first real sticky moment they gave us in the first half was when Agger sort of, I don't know who it was, anyway, jinks inside of Agger and Toure just comes across, cleans house. Fantastic, exactly what you need from your centre halves, and so no, an excellent addition. I can't sing his praises highly enough, to be perfectly honest. And time will tell if he's a perfect replacement for Carragher. You know, he certainly looks exactly what we need him for a free transfer. You can't really complain at that, can you? James Overend says 2 games, 6 points. None conceded. That's all that matters. I think that's very much the case. I think let's be fair in this game. Villa Park, I know we've got quite a good record against Aston Villa over the years. But then again, the last time I went to Villa Park, I saw Stuart Down and scored a winner for Aston Villa. So not like a massively happy hunting ground consistently or anything like. But I think the thing is. If we played them first game of the season and it had gone like that, I'd be not really worried, but I'd be a little bit concerned about how, is that what all Liverpool have got? I'd be concerned that we weren't able to continue total dominance in the first half and carry that into the second half. And we let them in a little bit, and if not for the saves in Mignolet, could have been a different scoreline altogether. So, you know what I mean, fair play to him. But the Aston Villa side went to the Emirates and won, and very nearly came away with a point from Stamford Bridge as well. We're talking about 2 teams that finished above Liverpool last season. So, should we have done better overall over the 90 minutes? Yeah, I think we probably should have put in a much better shift in the second half. But that being said, we've ground out a 1-0 win. And that, for me, is almost as important. And you learn a lot more about that than you would if we'd maybe gone on and won 4-0. 4-0 wins they'll come later in the season. We've seen that second half. If we can mirror what we did the second half of last season, we'll be fucking flying. But what we need to get right is get points on the board early on in the season. And maybe we could have been a little bolder, but ultimately, what are we complaining about? We've won the first 2 games of the season, and both of them were, whilst not like games that you say Liverpool should lose or Liverpool. But Liverpool, what you're saying, you're not games that you're saying we're definitely going to lose that, but they were tricky fixtures, and the type of games that we've dropped points in time and time again in years gone by. And someone said that's the first time we've won our first 2 games of the season in 5 years or something like that. If that's true, well, that just, again, speaks volumes to me. It's about just grinding out those early results, getting the points on the board. And as you say, when it all clicks later in the season, what an amazing sort of basis and springboard that is to hopefully push us on more towards the top 4 positions, or at least give us a fighting chance of getting in there. Anyway, so I was well impressed with that. Okay, man of the match. I'm going to do this to man of the match, Cam. The second reason why we have this one here. I'm going to give it to Jose Enrique, man of the match. Have that, Chris. Have that, Aki. Have that, Sutton. Yeah, Jose Enrique. Boom. No, I mean, look, you could easily give it to Colo Toure, you could give it to Mignolet, but again, it just is a couple of shaky moments. I mean, look, goalkeepers are put on there to keep goals out, and he did that, so I think you could easily give it to Mignolet. You could give it to Toure again. If I was picky, I'd say he could have given away a couple of penalties there, but his performance on the whole was fantastic. We keep a clean sheet. He doesn't give away a penalty, so again, what are we complaining about? I'm going to give it to Enrique because, especially in the first half, just thought he was outstanding. And on this show, less so me, but sometimes me, I've given Enrique's fair dues, fair amount of stick, and I thought he was excellent. I mean, again, did he maybe off? No, I thought he actually. I've said he's been a bit headless in the final third sometimes, and I thought he was very good in the final third. He's just tireless, and he's strong, and he gets stuck in it, and he links up very well. And a couple of times he tried to force the play a little bit too much, but fair play, he's a left back. You don't expect worldies of 3 balls from him every single week. On the forcing the play, actually, one little point. Steven Gerrard, I thought, from a defensive perspective, I thought he was excellent. last-ditch challenges, getting stuck in, being very committed in the midfield. But too many times there, he needed to put his foot on the ball and then just get the passing game going again, try to reassert our dominance, and he didn't. I think he slipped into a little bit like how Aston Villa were playing, very much like, quick, fucking hell, let's get it up and let's try and get this goal, let's try and get this game won. And sometimes that's great, sometimes you do need someone to be a little bit more direct and a bit more sort of like, you know, just cut out the middleman. But really from Steven Gerrard, I really wanted to see him just control the midfield more in the second half, and I don't think he did that enough. And I agree with Alan coming on, although by that point of the game, we'd lost the momentum completely, and we did very well to hold out. So, solid performance. Ultimately, you know, we've come away with 3 points. We want to see a much better second half performance, you know, in those games in the future. But as I say, you know, 6 points in the bag from 2 games. Man United to come. You know, we're on a roll. You know, things seem to be looking up, and fingers crossed, touch wood, boom, boom. You know, we can get a couple more players in before the transfer window shuts. And even if we don't, let's not forget, you know, we've just won the first 2 games of the season without our best player. If you took the best player out of any side in the Premier League, they would struggle for points. And, you know, let's see how Spurs handle, you know, okay, they've brought loads of boss players in. Let's see how they handle that without Bale, maybe. You know, how would Man United cope if Van Persie was injured? We've coped very well. Without being outstanding, we've been I think we've been good to start the season. So anyway, let us know your comments. Let us know your man of the match in the comment section below. Let us also know any general thoughts you had on that. What do you think of Jordan Henderson's performance? Workhorse, I thought he really put a good shift in. Do you agree with any of the points I've made? Do you disagree with any of them? You're fully entitled to rant the fuck away in the comment section underneath, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and if you've not already, click subscribe, and don't forget to tune in to our subscribe shows on the redmentv.com. We've got 3 shows a week now, completely exclusive to the website. We've got the Reds Roundup, where we'll be doing 45 minutes on this game in loads more detail. We'll also be doing the Reds Roundup, looking at all the Liverpool stories around the web. Then we'll also be doing the Friday football show on Friday, taking the Reds blinkers off and looking around the Premier League and world football in general as well. So do tune in for that. It's free for a month. Go on there, start your 3 months trial and check it out. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Also, don't forget, Monday is going to be the return of the Funny Old Game on YouTube. We've got a whole new schedule there. Go and check out the YouTube channel, look at the schedule, be happy, be merry. Anyway, thanks very much, and good night. Ta-ra.